Hey, what's up, Instagram and YouTube? Ron again, back here from BB Reptiles, and I am doing a second live. I know I did a live yesterday. I did a live, as a matter of fact, on all my platforms. I did it on the Spanish. I have a YouTube Spanish channel, and the thing is that it's been in high demand. A lot of people has been asking, making some type of comment of some type of some comments. So I'm coming back now because I need to actually clarify why it was in Spanish. And I know that I have a specific channel in English. And for future updates, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to keep it separate. I'm going to make sure that I keep my, what's up, David? Um, like, David, if you want to jump in, like, now's the time. Like, heck, now we can actually, go back and forth in English. But that's the reason I'm actually coming back, because I wanted to touch bases about, yesterday's live. And I uploaded this on my Facebook, and I also uploaded it on my Instagram. So this is going to be the English version, the makeup version of what I actually did last night, and it was fun. I got to tell you, it was fun. I was struggling with my, with the Spanish, even though I'm Puerto Rican, I'm born here, but I was actually raised stateside. So my main language is English. Spanish, I actually picked it up at a later time in life. So I've always been stuck with that thick accent. And sometimes, believe it or not, when you have a second language that it's not your strength, sometimes you struggle basically trying to get certain things out of your mouth, because you're thinking in one language and you're trying to translate it out of your mouth at a second language. Um, so that was a problem that I was actually having yesterday, with the Spanish channel. Um, but believe it or not, there is a big demand in the Latin community, with this of the ball pythons, and not only the ball pythons, but basically any information that anyone could put out there, be it podcast, be it a video, be it Instagram, be it on YouTube. There is a big demand. A lot of people in the second language, Spanish, or forget it. Let's even go even deeper. If you go in Indonesian, I am even subscribed on Malaysian YouTube channel, and in Indonesia, and I'm also subscribed to the German channels of ball pythons, and I don't understand a word they're saying. Just the basic concept when they're talking about ball pythons, by their names. Like, for example, if they're talking about genetic stripe, if they're talking about puzzles, that's a universal language, which is in English, so it's easy to pick it up on. No problem, David. Don't worry about it. Like, I pulled enough out of you. Trust me. But thanks. Anyway, I needed to actually just go back and touch bases, to let you know that my YouTube channel will continue being in English. My Instagram channel will continue being on English. And also my Facebook, all my content uploads, I'm going to make sure that I continue doing it in English. Um, but there was a lot of good points that actually we talked about, and like I said, because there is a demand, I wanted to make sure that I just refresh it real quick. We were basically talking about, and this is like the biggest thing, ball python errors as a breeder. What errors have you picked up on? Lou, what's up, Lou? How you doing? Morphidelic, how are you? Also, I can't do the famous ways and stuff like that because I'm actually doing this for my PC, so it's a little bit difficult. But I'm seeing the comments in here, and I'm actually switching between screens, between this one and YouTube. And as a matter of fact, I'm also switching through Facebook, but I know I can see the comments on there also. But I don't know why Instagram's comments doesn't dump on the StreamYard's page to actually read it back. So I have to stay on specifically on Instagram. So, like I was saying, and as a matter of fact, Lou, I gotta hand it to you. You did a great video, a comeback video live when you did on YouTube, and I gotta congratulate you on that. Um, and this is the thing, that one of the things that I was talking about yesterday is that, like, a lot of people, they get frustrated during their time as keepers and breeders, is that they're going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to make a lot of mistakes, and they get frustrated, and that's one of the main reasons a lot of people actually jump ship. Now, this goes in hand with basically, for example, uploading any contents that you have. This is always going to be fresh. There's always going to be a beginning for someone to start at one point. So, being afraid or actually taking those right steps to correct yourself along the way, you have to stumble, as, like, for example, what I was doing yesterday. And I've been a big void. There's been a big void between my YouTube and my Instagram. I haven't been uploading as much, and now I want to make sure that I'm doing it more. I actually made a promise to myself to make sure that I keep doing it. Update. I want to make sure I made a promise to myself that I'm going to make sure that I'm actually come back and give as much as I can back to the community as form as content as actually giving a good picture of what ball python keeping and breeding actually is. Because right now, I this is something that I was actually mentioning on that Spanish channel. We're struggling. The market is actually struggling, and what the market actually needs is it needs as much content as you can possibly put out there. It doesn't matter what it is, but the thing is, we have to be relevant. We have to be relevant within the hobby because we're actually you like I was saying. I mean, with going back to that Spanish channel, um, a lot of people basically they struggle to watch other videos. Like for example, just to name a few, they're watching Canovas and they don't even know what the heck Justin is talking about. They're watching Miguel. Now Miguel now he has that Spanish channel, so now basically they have that vantage point that they can watch it. But for example, every other big beaters, Garrick the Myers, Royal Constrictor Designs, Billy from Mutation Creations, these are like all channels that a lot of people actually go to without even understand what the heck they're saying, just looking at the snakes. So knowing that there is someone that speaks a different language that actually can relate to them, this actually helps them out. And believe it or not, this helps the market because a lot of people actually reaches out to other breeders to basically pick up snakes from a content that they actually saw, via Instagram or via Facebook or via TikTok. The thing is, this is the platform. This is a main platform that we need to maintain ourselves relevant, not individually, not even, I'm not even talking about branding. I'm actually talking about the ball python market and try to, do your part the best way you can to actually promote, the best side of it. And this is what basically, like I said, I've gotten so much from this. I've gotten so much from this that I feel that I really do have to give a lot more back. And I'm putting my 2 cents in this. I give it up to you, Big. All you've been through and still getting it. Um, yeah. But then again, like I said, going back to I guess a lot of issues. As a matter of fact, as you can see, like the background picture that I have right here in front of me, it's like a wallpaper. It's not actually. I'm not in my actual snake room. Jen, yes, those big breeders don't represent us. The little guys has to move different than the big fellas pushing their weight around. I'm not taking it away. I'm not taking anything away because they paid their way. They did all they had to do, and because of them, we are where we are right now. If it wasn't because someone was uploading, someone was basically producing all those things, those big breeders, believe it or not, were in the same position that I was at one time, and they're in the same position that everyone is that's starting out in this hobby. The difference between the big breeders and a lot of smaller breeders, if anything, is the persistence of continuing going through because you got to push through a lot of things. And you're gonna make your way over that hill. I mean, like it's a long climb. It's a steep hill climb, I would have to say. But if you don't take those steps, if you don't keep going forward, you're not gonna have anything to look back at and basically enjoy the downhill grades. And I gotta imagine. I mean, like I'm not gonna say they're without their struggles because everyone has a struggle. It doesn't matter how big or small you are. We're all human. There's nothing different. We all put our pants on the same way, one leg at a time. That's like an old saying. So they're no different than us, which basically should be an inspiring point for a lot of people within the hobby, knowing that basically it is possible. It is possible. You can actually make this hobby a lot more bigger. Now, I'm at the point that I'm not actually seeing this as a business. I've never seen this as a business. I've actually seen this as a self-sustaining hobby. In other words, everything that I've actually invested in, whatever it is, be it racks, be it snakes, I actually reinvested from basically the things that I produced. Let's see. I absolutely agree. Billy says all the time he hate craft for the first 7 years or so. I mean, like you got to eat shit. You got. I mean, like, I hope I don't get bleeped out of that, but yeah, Phil Snyder, what's up? I'm switch. Phil, I'm switching back between Instagram and YouTube. I got before anything, I have to give a big shout out to Phil Snyder. He actually jumped on my YouTube channel, and he was really going at it with the Spanish, and he was I got dude, you're a champ. I really appreciate every effort that you made to actually comment in Spanish and actually keep up with a lot of things that we were saying. So I got to give again a big shout out to Phil. You know, but yeah, this is the English version. I needed to separate it from my YouTube channel. Yeah, so going back to the comment that I was talking about, um, you know, you gotta there's a lot of things you gotta go through. And just to give you a point, if you see again, I'm going back to the background picture that I have, the wallpaper. I'm not obviously in my snake room. You can see the silhouette and stuff like that. I'm not actually there. You know, I'm just putting that as a background drop. But I've been struggling like you have no idea to actually get everything on point, because right now we're in breeding season. This is the breeding season, and I've done a lot of major changes than what basically I've been accustomed to. As a matter of fact, I'm out of my comfort zone, and I'm doubting if I'm actually going to get a season, because there's a lot of changes. You know, moving the snakes, having them acclimated to their new environment, trying to get the right temperatures, because right now I'm working with a controlled environment versus basically working off of ambient. And there's a big difference. There's a big difference with controlled climate and ambient climate. Um, let's see. I was impressed with Phil's Spanish. Laker, yes. If you, yeah, I mean, like I got to give it back. Phil actually pulled his weight with the Spanish. So if anything, I'm gonna have to do like an IG live with Phil and have him on my Spanish one, so he can actually, instead of actually typing, jump in and talk about it. Um, but yeah, going back to the struggles, I've been actually trying to set up these individual probes on each of the tubs, because I noticed like there's a big drastic change, as a matter of fact, with these ARSs. With the ARSs, they come with the heat panels. I mean, like a lot of you that have that, you already know what that is. And I have the dual zone thermostats. But the temperature on the thermostats, I am figuring out that is not necessarily what it is inside the tub. So even though I have it set at a certain temperature, it's off by a lot. And I'm not talking about 1 or 2 degrees. I'm talking about a lot. There's like a big difference. I have the temp actually, and the thing is, I have my room, the temperature room at 75 degrees, and the humidity is not an issue. The humidity is not an issue because I'm using cocoa husk, and something that I learned is because you could over dampen the cocoa husk, and the humidity you could like skyrocket it off the roof, and you can have like respiratory infections, you know, off the yin yangs and stuff. So I got that control the humidity because I'm making sure that I'm not over dampening the cocoa husk. And I was doing it at first. I was literally, it looked like a rainforest, the top of the tubs. It literally looked like a rainforest. But I was basically, you know, persistent, and I dialed that down. So putting this up, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can actually show you the picture. It's not even done. Let's see, present, share screen, share, and I want to actually share, let's see, a window. Let's see if I have it here. That and window. Okay. I just wanted to show you this real quick. As a matter of fact, if you can see, this is how my racks are looking at right now. As a matter of fact, as you can see, there's like, it's not all of them, but I have a lot of these little doohickeys. As a matter of fact, I bought a lot of these. I mean, I literally bought like, each pack has 6, so I bought like 30 of them, 30 packs, and I went overboard. I know I went overboard, but I actually did that um, because the space panels and the tubs. There is a big, there's like, I would say like maybe half an inch gap between the heat panels and the actual tubs. There's like half an inch, or maybe it's a little bit smaller, but that difference actually with the circulation of the air conditioning within the room, it actually is not. it's not actually reaching its temperature that it's supposed to be. And I found that out the hard way. So get out of that. Um, like I said, this is what I've been working. As a matter of fact, that's all I've been doing all day today. That's ever since I woke up this morning. This whole day, I was trying to actually dial in one single rack, and I was going rack per rack and actually doing each of the levels. And like I said, it was a big difference. And the problem there is that I want to make sure that, because I ultrasound yesterday most of my females that I have for breeding, and I'm seeing that they are developing. Most of my females already are at around, the largest I saw was 22 millimeters in the follicles, 22 millimeters. But the thing is, it's not a done deal. It's never a done deal, because any change, be it in temperature, humidity, food, or whatever, the female can reabsorb, and I can actually lose a whole season. And that move actually does affect it. So it takes a while, and I know you guys already know this, but I'm figuring this out myself. And like I said, I am out of my comfort zone. So that's something that basically I'm working on. One of the points that I've actually made yesterday when I was in the Spanish channel is that the best thing that we can get out of this is the mistakes that we'll make is the best lessons. I mean, like, I know we could pick up advice off of whatever social platforms are ours, but the good thing is basically it's like picture yourself in a buffet, and you're basically picking off of each different things on your plate. So in all this, every advice or every comments that I actually get or every video that I see, I'm actually picking different things and trying to see it as much as I could fit on my plate, and then basically sit down and digest everything that I got from all different areas. Which is why I say it's very, very important. Carla, mi amor, saludo, ¿cómo está? Ya mismo vamos. Oh my God, I'm talking Spanish. I said I wasn't going to do that. Um, but like I said, everything's a lesson, and that's why it's very important that whatever opportunity that you have, if you're dealing, breeding, collecting, showcase it. It's gonna make it does make a difference within somewhere in this world. Someone is actually looking through Instagram, looking through TikTok, looking through YouTube, trying to figure out a new snake that they picked up, and it's gonna depend on what you put out there if that person decides to upgrade. And just to give you an idea, and this is something I actually, Dior, what's up? What's up, Papa? Something that I actually believe so much is, for the market to succeed, there has to be demand, and we need to create the demand. Thank you, dude, man. You're my biggest fan, also. um, we got to create the demand. So the best way you create the demand, and you're gonna help everyone out within the community, is upload pictures, upload, your breedings, upload the snakes. Try to limit the egg cutting. I know a lot of people like doing that, and I'm learning. I actually learned as I progress during the my seasons. Um, you can hold off on that and just let them pip on their own, and they'll come out, perfectly fine. There's always been that issue about cutting versus pipping. Now I'm on the side that basically I can work either or, but I more prefer letting them pip. And from there, then I decide how far with the other ones I can actually cut. But every time there's a pip, it'll follow a cut, not before. So that's something that I actually learned. And that's a change that I'm personally doing. Not that I'm telling you how to do it, but that's basically as the years of breeding, actually, I saw the beneficial parts of each side. And like I said, I've made a lot of mistakes in my earlier years, and I figured basically how to correct that. So yeah, just a quick live. I wanted to actually go back, let you guys know that I'm gonna limit my Spanish solely to my Spanish channels, Instagram and YouTube, and even Facebook. I'm gonna maintain that in English. I'm going to make sure that I maintain that in English. So I will get back to actually posting more different content. The fun thing is that I actually enjoy about doing lives is it's not scripted. Not taking anything away, but I like to be actually genuine and straight to the point, and doing something unscripted and just going with the flow of the moment. Sometimes the best ideas or the best comments are going to come out, because when you're actually editing and stuff, you're always going to be like, man, I forgot to mention this, I forgot to show that. So I just play by ear along the way. So yeah, guys, thank you again very much for stopping by for this live. It's been a hoot, and thank you for those that actually weren't in with the Spanish one. But I don't want to lose the attention of the people that follow me on my English versions, and I'm going to try to make sure that I separated it. But even in my English one, I have a lot of Spanish people following through that one, and I wanted to at least make that transition so those people can actually know where to follow through when they want me actually go into the Spanish version contents or whatever of what this hobby actually has to offer. Anyway, guys, thank you again. Oh my God, I'm doing my YouTube talk. Guys, have a good evening, and I'll see you. I'm gonna try to update on Instagram Live. I'm gonna try to do bi-weekly because, like I said, I want to put in my 2 cents, and whatever fuck ups that I make actually go through, or whatever progress I do, or whatever I get actually come out, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna keep you guys up to date. And like I said, 2024 means it's a new season. It's going to be a great year. Anyway, guys, thank you again, and until the next live, have a good one. Peace.